guys, I'm here today with you doing my very first ever video blog, and I wanted to just chat like face to face almost about how to pick a coach. Because if you're looking for a coach, you will quickly find, if you haven't already, that there are so many coaches of every variety, which is awesome because it means you can get help with almost anything you want to do, right? It can also be really overwhelming. Like, how do you pick the one that's going to work best for you out of 50 people that do the same thing? So I wanted to just talk about a couple of general things that have helped me pick coaches that I have worked with, and also then a few simple steps. Focus on the simple, right? Nothing is complicated. I don't really think it has to be. But I wanted to just talk about them. That way, if you're trying to pick a coach, hopefully this will help, right? And so a couple of things before I get to the steps, right? So one being that it's okay to pick a coach and then follow them on social or just read their content for a while before you work with them. That's okay. You don't have to jump into it immediately. Now, right, that doesn't mean that you should stay in that waiting zone forever. But if you're not ready, then working with them may not be as effective as you want it to be in the first place. So if you're ready to really grow and you're ready to make progress right now, it's probably the time to sign up. But if you're still freaked out about, making an investment in yourself, you're still in the learning process of, I don't know if I want to coach for X, Y, or Z. It's all right to follow people and feel them out and get a feeling for their content, right? To know if they're going to help you. Because believe me, there are so many coaches, right? And a lot of them are great. All of them are good. They offer value. But not all of them will be a good personality fit for you. So you want to make sure before you invest that it's going to be a good fit for you, right? And it's not just about getting the most bang for your buck or spending the least amount of money to get the most amount of value. It needs to be a good personality match. So the other thing about it is I don't think it has to be that complicated. If you like somebody, if you look at a couple of people's websites and you read their content and you're like, wow, this is the person for me, sign up, right? I don't think it has to be that complicated. You don't have to look at 20 or 30 coaches before you pick the one. It's kind of like if you're a woman and you've gotten married, it's kind of like a wedding dress, right? You find one, you fall in love with it. You may try on some other ones, but you always keep coming back to the one, right? Trust your instinct, right? If you get any vibes at all that something isn't right or that the values aren't going to line up, find another coach. Don't even continue to go down the rabbit hole, right? You need somebody that's going to align with what you're doing. And for instance, I will be getting a business coach at the end of this year. And for me, I know that I will need help with sales because that's something that's not as familiar to me, strategy-wise. But that being said, I cannot stand pushy sales. So for me, a coach that uses pushy sales or pushy sales copy is not going to be the right fit, right? So you just have to weigh what's important to you and what's important to the coach. And then, if you're unsure, read around. Read what they're posting. Read what they're writing about. Read what they're podcasting about. Whatever venue they're giving their content to people. Read about it. Listen to it. Be around them for a little bit before you make the decision. Okay? Last thing I think here, besides one quick thing, budget is important, obviously. It's anything that you do that's an investment in yourself. It can be scary. Coaching can be expensive. I know that. But don't let it be your only consideration, right? Sometimes the best things cost a little bit more money, or sometimes we find something that we like that's, middle grade or in the lower price range that's perfect for us. So obviously budget's important, but keep in mind that it shouldn't be the only thing driving your decision. And so my last thing here is about experience, because there's many opinions about this, Everybody has one. A lot of people like to express it. My thing about experience is that it needs to be comfortable for you. So if that means you want your coach to have degrees and X number of years experience, then that's what you want. But just because they have a lot of experience also doesn't mean that they're exactly right for you. You have to kind of weigh the messages that they bring and the value that they offer, regardless of whether they have a degree and an education in it, regardless of how long they've been in the field. You never know. You never know what somebody has done before until you really get to know more about them. So keep in mind that experience is subjective. You may want to work with somebody who is very, very, very far advanced past you. You may want to work with somebody that's just a couple levels above where you want to be. So just think about that, right? Think about what's a requirement for you, what would make you feel comfortable. And that doesn't necessarily have to be formal education, and doesn't have to necessarily be X number of years of experience. Those are the things that we commonly associate with experience, right? The more you have of both of those, the more, knowledge you have, but that isn't necessarily always true. So just keep that in mind. And so for the steps, I think it's super easy. Maybe not easy. It's simple. I'll say that. I hate saying things are easy and then it actually be confusing or complicated. So before you look for a coach, you want to decide what your goals are and why you're getting a coach. So for me, if I'm getting a coach, say, to publish a book, right? Obviously, that's a specific goal. I want to maybe I want somebody to write a proposal and help me get my book together so that I can publish it in a traditional way, is something that, a good coach would be able to help me with, right? And so I first need to decide that. And so then once you decide what your goal is, then you can look for people in that area. I would recommend asking around to your friends to see if in your social network, your professional network, to see if anybody else has done similar things with coaches they like. Personally, I always trust people a little bit more ahead of time if they've been referred to me, but I always like doing a little bit of research as well. So ask around, do a little bit of digging, and then once you've found a potential coach or a couple, however many you want, read some of their content. Read what they're saying, read how they're saying it, and see if it resonates with you. Is it meaningful to you? Does that sound like something that is similar to what you're saying? Does that seem like it matches your values? Because if not, that's probably not the person for you. However, if it is, that's awesome. That may be the exact right person for you. And so once you've read their content, find them on social. See what they're posting. If they have any videos, watch them. See how they interact with people. See how they talk and what stuff they get excited about and all of that. Now, obviously, not all of us are perfect on video, as you can tell. But you can tell by watching video what people get excited about and generally how they talk to people. So look at anything you can find about how that person interacts with their ideal people, right? And hopefully that ideal person is you. If it's not and nothing resonates with you, if nothing sticks out and goes, wow, that's really cool, or wow, I really love what that girl or guy is doing, probably not the right one. Okay. Once you kind of get a feel for them, read their content, look at their social, go look at their website and read about what promises they're making. What are they offering with their coaching? How much does it cost? How long are you going to spend working with them? Right? All of the kind of nitty-gritty details that you feel like you want to know first, before you do anything else. I would say read about them first, see if they're a fit, and then look at their prices. Because even if they're way at the bottom of your range that you're willing to spend, if they're not a good fit, doesn't mean they're going to be a good coach for you. So feel them out, then look at their website, see what they're offering, see what they're promising, and then look for any testimonials. So those things on the web, sometimes it says testimonials, sometimes it says stories, success stories, all of those things. Look and see what previous clients have said, and see how you feel about it, right? This whole process of research is about how you feel about what you're seeing. Before you get on the phone, before you schedule anything, if that's even something that you want to do, see what you can find and what's out there on your own. And then think about the things that you would like to know if you would work with that person, okay? So once you've looked at all these things, assuming it's a good fit and you're like, this person is awesome, right? Schedule the free call if they have one, or reach out to them, or apply to the program, or apply to the coaching, however they have it, so that you can connect with them directly, right? Only apply or contact them or set up a call if you're serious about working with them, right? Generally speaking, you don't want to probably get on a ton of calls, right? Hopefully you get a good feel for the person through their content first. And hopefully you're going away from them if you feel uncomfortable at all, or if you're just not quite sure and you're reading more. You can always have the option to stick around, but wait to get on a call with them until you're ready to move. That way you're serious about it. You know you're ready to invest. You know you're ready to work on it. And you're just clarifying a few things for your own mind and seeing if you're the right fit conversation-wise, right? And that's it, right? You'll have a coach. If all goes well, you follow these, there was four steps, you'll have a coach. Doesn't have to be complicated, I don't think. It will take some time to do some research, but what good thing doesn't? Okay. All right. I hope you found this helpful. If you're interested in the kind of coaching that I do, it's not the publishing coaching. It's the kind of writing that we do before publishing, the work in progress kind of writing. But if you're interested, you can go ahead and visit my website. I will drop it down below the video, and I hope to talk to you more soon. All right. Have a good day.